Welcome to everybody joining us to the Sound of Speed preview on News Press Now.
And I'm Storm Tracker Meteorologist Peyton Counts. We have everything Sound of Speed today. We'll be taking you to the sky.
We have Chris Fortune live at Rosecrans, and we will check in him in just a moment. But let's get you out the door first. Peyton, what are you tracking as we're waking up today?
You know, I've been tracking some warmer temperatures for the start of the morning. Temperatures are in the low 60s, 59 degrees currently right now. We got a lot of that cloud coverage as well this morning. It's going to kind of remain that way throughout the day. For that bus stop forecast, temperature around 62 degrees as we approach 8 a.m. and mostly cloudy sky conditions as well. And for your Friday night football game, Benton versus Lafayette for our game of News Press Now, our game of the week here. Temperature is going to be in around 76 at kickoff, again with those clouds, and then temperatures in the low 70s by 9 p.m. there. And I've been tracking that rain all morning long. It's to the east and to the south of us as well. I can't rule out that stray shower quite yet. Again, some more of that cloud coverage, and that's just the remnants of Hurricane Francine. Light rain chances today and rain chances returning Sunday and Monday, and that's what I'm tracking. But for our air show, Kyle, I think the sky conditions are going to be looking good with a little bit more of that sunshine tomorrow. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Peyton. Well, as previously mentioned, we have News Press Now's Chris Fortune. He is live at Rosecrans Memorial Airport. Chris, who are you with today?
That's right, Kyle. I'm here at Rosecrans Memorial Airport with Julius Rice talking about the preparations for the Sound of Speed Airshow. And Julius, I know in the past year, Rosecrans has been undergoing many renovations, including the new runway. How does it feel to open the new runway this year and welcome the Thunderbirds to it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Normally we would have had an air show last year, but obviously it's kind of hard to do that without a runway. Right. So yeah, opening the runway earlier this year and then essentially kind of inaugurating it with the Thunderbirds and a full-fledged air show, it's pretty cool and a pretty good feeling.
That's pretty special. And talking about the Sound of Speed Air Show, there's also going to be some kind of open house, some more activities other than the air show people can get involved in. Is that correct?
Yeah, so whenever we do these with the wing, it's the air show, which everybody's aware of, but it's also an open house. So the base is essentially open for people to come out, see what the 139th does, see what the airport staff does, and just see a lot of cool stuff sitting out here on the ramp while they're watching airplanes fly up in the sky.
Perfect. It sounds like an exciting time for fans. If you're going to come watch the air show, come meet some of the members of the 139th, like Julius said. Reporting for News Press Now, I'm Chris Fortune. Thank you for joining us, Julius. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Chris. And if you can't wait until tomorrow for the air show, don't worry. You can attend the Sound of Speed preview party downtown tonight. You're welcome to grab a lawn chair and head out to Coleman Hawkins Park. Just get there by 6:30 p.m. when festivities begin to take in live music and entertainment. The party wraps up at 9:30, so make sure to take advantage of the beer tent on site, food and for sale while you can. Leave your cooler at home, though. It's not allowed, neither is outside alcohol as per state law. And the skies above St. Joseph will be busy this weekend as the Sound of Speed Air Show comes to Rosecrans Memorial Airport. Performances featuring the Thunderbirds and others are free and open to the public. The air show starts at 11:45 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, with gates opening at 10 a.m. and closing at 5 p.m. There's a 6 p.m. block party on Saturday following the show Parkway Distillery. And Rosecrans Memorial Airport has made its mark on St. Joseph for over 100 years. And the airport has been in 3 different locations around St. Joseph, has dealt with the Great Flood of 1952, and is one of the 2 bases for the Missouri Air National Guard. One city official says the airport received its namesake after one son of St. Joseph.
Guy Wallace Rosecrans was the only son of St. Joseph, St. Joseph local that was killed in the World War I, and so because of that, he got the airport named after him.
Sergeant Rosecrans died instantly when he was hit by a propeller while trying to help a pilot start his plane manually. Rosecrans Memorial Airport officially opened for operation at its current location in 1939. The airport was formally dedicated at Rosecrans, named in 1940. And for most, piloting a plane solo is an impossible achievement. But for one local teenager, it's a dream that he intends to accomplish very soon. Troy High School junior Lane Hall has already received his driver's license. His next goal, how about a pilot license? While considering possible career choices after graduation, Hall knew he didn't want to work in an office, or at least not one on the ground.
I didn't really want a desk job or anything, or to go into the a labor reunion. So it sounded too fun, so I was just looking around and caught my eye, and decided to pursue a career into it, hopefully. Well, it's teaching me very good time management, which is good if I want to go into college or pursue any other career for some reason. Also discipline. You got to work hard, and it's not just going to be given to you.
On average, Hall says he spends 8 hours a week working to be a pilot between flying and studying. He's currently working toward getting a private pilot's license, but said he may someday enlist in the military to hone in his skills. And while the air show is free to attend, upgrades are available to those looking for a nicer experience. The general parking upgrade seen in red will cost $15, while the premium parking seen in blue is $30. Free parking can be seen at the bottom of the image, and seating upgrades will be available as well. The $49 preferred seating option will allow families to leave their chairs at home and make a seat reservation at the show. Buyers of this option will receive a $5 discount on parking upgrades, and the $149 VIP viewing experience will include it all. Viewing experience from the flight line with tents for dining. Lunch and drinks will be served all day. It includes a premium parking pass as well. All of these upgrades can be found at stjairshow.com. And it will be important for travelers to plan for traffic this weekend. News Press Now's Jenna Wilson joins us in the studio with more.
And if you're headed to the air show, you can expect an increase in traffic this weekend. Just to give all of you watching at home a ballpark, a total of 80,000 people are expected to attend this event over a 2-day span. So starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday, Road 238 is going to function as a one-way headed all the way north to Airport Road, leading into the parking lot until it reaches capacity. So no major road closures expected according to state troopers, but traffic will be heavy while trying to get into the show, and event organizers suggest arriving early or even upgrading your parking to avoid missing performances. An important one for families attending with little ones. While there will be shuttles transferring attendees to and from the gate, if you do decide to go with the free parking, you're looking at about a 1-mile walk down Panago Road all the way until you even reach those shuttles. So again, something to think about and not fun if you're hauling around a stroller. And in addition, there will be some impact to Highway 36 with an added lane drop.
Whenever you get onto 36 to go east, that is going to be blocked where you can get right into the driving lane, because other eastbound traffic is going to have to yield to get over into the passing lane.
Reporting from the studio for News Press Now, I'm Jenna Wilson.
Next in our Sound of Speed preview, I take you along for a ride through the sky. And we will check in with Chris Fortune live at Rosecrans, and he is joined with a special guest. Stay with us. Welcome back, St. Joseph. The U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds stormed into St. Joseph Thursday afternoon ahead of the weekend's air show, and News Press Now's Chris Fortune was there to watch the Thunderbirds touch down at Rosecrans.
As 139th Airlift Wing spokesperson Michael Crane said, you may have heard the Thunderbirds approaching Rosecrans Thursday afternoon.
I'm sure the people of St. Joseph heard them as they flew over, and let me tell you something, when they show up, not only do you hear it, you can feel it in your chest, and it's a very exciting feeling.
Thunderbird pilot Major Jake Primo Impalazzeri comes from a military family. He got his private pilot's license his senior year of high school.
Growing up around planes, going to the Dayton Air Show, really seeing the fighter jets ripping around, and kind of planted the seed of always wanting to be a fighter pilot. And now here I am, and it's awesome.
And the experience has come full circle for Primo, as kids will watch him perform on Saturday and Sunday.
It's super inspiring, but really it's humbling. It's cool to be on the other side. I remember as a kid watching these airplanes rip around the sky and just thinking it was impossible to do.
Gates open at 10 a.m., but the air show starts at noon Saturday and Sunday, and it will be important to stay comfortable and hydrated for the show.
I would definitely recommend bring your walking shoes. We're allowing people to bring water too, as long as it's sealed and see-through. Reporting for News Press Now, I'm Chris Fortune.
Sorry about that, St. Joseph, technical difficulties, but we're back. Thank you there for Chris for that package there. I have been tracking some showers to the south and east of us all morning long here in St. Joseph. We've had some cloud coverage throughout the morning, and it's going to be that way as well. Today's forecast is going to be 80 degrees with mostly cloudy and warm and humid day, and tonight's going to be a low of 61 degrees and also mostly cloudy as well. And so really we're just going to be a little bit cooler today with a temperature around 80, and then our overnight low is going to be a little bit warmer. And you know, I've been tracking just some light rain chances today, and rain chances returning Sunday and Monday, but stay tuned for more as I'm going to go more in depth for tomorrow's forecast and also just the forecast for this weekend for the air show. So things are looking pretty good so far, but stay tuned for more on that coming up. Back to you, Kyle.
All right, thank you, Peyton. Well, yesterday, all the aircrafts made their way to Rosecrans to park and get ready for the show tomorrow and Sunday. I had the opportunity to fly with Jeff Shetterly in the 1945 SNJ-6 Radial Rumble. Take a look.
One of the many amazing acts that will be on display during the Sound of Speed Air Show is the Shetterly Squadron. This group is made up of Greg, Jeff, and Joe Shetterly. Before getting into the aircraft, Jeff and I spoke about what I should expect.
This is going to be a great flight. So it's very smooth. We're going to do something. We're going to take off. I'm not going to surprise you with anything.
Okay.
Right? It's a very capable airplane. So as we progress through a couple maneuvers, I'll let you decide whether you want to get a little more serious with it and try some more advanced things, or if you want to chill and just enjoy the scenery.
And with that, I heard enough. We were ready to get in and take to the sky.
We are about to take off. I have my parachute ready. I'm all my straps and stuff. I'm ready to go, and we're going to see what happens.
As we were preparing to hit the runway, Doc, one of the only two B-29 bombers from World War II that is still flying, landed in front of us. Headset on, plane rolling, we were ready to take off. The flight offered amazing views when we were cruising, and after giving the thumbs up, Jeff spun the plane upside down, and we did a couple barrel rolls as well. After the flight, he said we hit about 4 Gs. After all the flips and turns, we landed and made a stop by the Thunderbirds jets as they arrived early in the day. It was a ride of a lifetime, and I couldn't thank Jeff enough. To hear more about Jeff Shetterly, visit our website at newspressnow.com.
A lot of preparation goes into preparing for the Sound of Speed Air Show, and we'll tell you about that coming up on News Press Now.
And I'm tracking your Friday forecast and your weekend forecast as well. And stay tuned for Jared and I's special trip to the Aviation Weather Center. More on that coming up.
Welcome back, St. Joseph. Well, once again, we are thrilled to welcome News Press Now's Chris Fortune live from Rosecrans Memorial Airport. Chris, who do you have with you today?
Hey, Kyle, that's right. I'm here at Rosecrans Memorial Airport, and I have Captain Jake King with me. You know, a lot of preparation goes into a Sound of Speed Air Show, and here to talk to me about that is Captain Jake King. Captain King, how much preparation goes into a show like this? When do you start preparing for it?
So we get a jet team 2 years out. Every year we go to ICAS in December, and that announces 2 years in the future on what jet team is going to what show. So we know about 2 years in advance, and we hit the ground running at that point. And it is weekly meetings, and then it turns into every single day the last 6 months.
2 years in advance, and all those meetings, all leading up to a couple days of events. Now, why do people need to come to this event on Saturday and Sunday to watch the Thunderbirds, to watch everyone else?
So we have one of the best, one of the top two jet teams in the entire world, the Thunderbirds. And then we have Tora this year. They're a headliner of their own. They're going to have a ton of pyro. There's going to be 8 airplanes in the air, and you're going to feel the wall of fire and all of the airplanes flying around you. We've got a jet truck. We're going to race a jet truck with a P-51 Mustang. There's going to be jumpers that jump out of our C-130 during the national anthem. It's going to be awesome. There's all kinds of different aerobatic airplanes to see this weekend.
It sounds like the place to be. Lastly, are earplugs going to be provided? Because I know it's going to be loud.
There will be earplugs at multiple vendors throughout the show.
Well, you hear it. They got you covered at Rosecrans. Reporting at Rosecrans, I'm Chris Fortune. Back to you, Kyle.
All forms of aviation share a close relationship with the atmosphere. The Storm Tracker weather team recently visited NOAA's Aviation Weather Center to get an up-close look at how meteorologists work to keep pilots and passengers out of harm's way.
To get a better idea of how flights are impacted by weather, we traveled to the north end of Kansas City, right here at NOAA's Aviation Weather Center, which operates for skies across the United States and on a local basis.
We're actually federally mandated by statute, by a federal statute, to be in Kansas City. So it's kind of interesting. Like this has always been the home of AWC and you know, its predecessor in the Air Force and things like that. So it's been around Kansas City for a long time.
Jared and I were able to learn about how the Aviation Weather Center provides weather information for air carriers such as Southwest, Delta, and American Airlines.
At any given time during the afternoon, there can be up to 8,000 to 10,000 large air carriers in the sky at any time.
The AWC plays a critical role with each of these flights, warning pilots of dangerous conditions to steer clear of, including turbulence, an infamous flight-related hazard.
Yeah, basically what we're looking for with turbulence is just any unbalanced flow. So anything that's generating a wave and causing that wave to grow and then eventually break. So kind of think of it as, you know, on top of the water, an actual wave. Like when that wave white caps, kind of that's when you start to run into some severe turbulence.
A lot of people have anxiety over stuff like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's a reason that a lot of the airliners will avoid turbulence because not many passengers actually enjoy it.
Another thing passengers never enjoy, weather-related delays.
Biggest impact at MCI is going to be from ceiling visibility. And then kind of secondary is going to be wind because you still have to space everything out to be safe. Icing you can prepare for, you know, they can de-ice the aircraft. Turbulence doesn't necessarily ground a lot of aircraft.
From icing to turbulence to lower level clouds, we learned all about that here at the Aviation Weather Center. That was such a fun trip to the Aviation Weather Center with me, Jared, and Kyle. We all went and learned a bunch of stuff about aviation weather, but let's focus back in for today's forecast. Today's high is going to be around 80 degrees, mostly cloudy. Also, it's going to be warm and humid, so that humidity is coming back a little bit, so definitely going to be sweating at the air show. That 20% chance of rain is still around for this morning and afternoon. I can't rule out that stray shower quite yet. Our day planner for today, we're going to be hitting our 74 degrees around lunchtime, then our high today around 80 degrees at 3 p.m. Again, it's going to be mostly cloudy. The sun will maybe shine just a little bit, but other than that, really, it's just going to be cloudy. And like I said, it's going to be humid as well. Last week I showed this and we were down here in the dry and we had those dew points in the 40s, but now we're back in the mid 60s for those dew points for today, tomorrow, and Sunday as well. So like I said, we're going to be sweating a little bit more this weekend for the air show. And then for the future track, also I've been tracking that all morning long. So this is around 6 a.m. this morning. We have that showers to the east and west of us, and this low pressure system from tropical Francine has made its way here, and we have some more of those rain chances around 1 o'clock this afternoon. And we have that cold front coming in from the northwest as well, kind of bringing in some cloud coverage, but more broken clouds for Saturday and the afternoon. So we'll see a little bit more sunshine if you're going to the air show on Saturday, or if you're just going to be outside for your weekend plans. And then some more of those rain showers towards Columbia and the east side of Missouri. And as we move into Sunday, well, I was still tracking some showers there too, more in the mid-Missouri region at 748 on Sunday, but those are going to stay out to the east and be a little bit more cloudier on Sunday. And I still am tracking some rain chances there as well. So again, 84 degrees for Saturday, partly cloudy, and that 20% chance for some light showers on Sunday, with that temperature being around 85 degrees for our weekend as well. And if you're going to the Sound of Speed Air Show, make sure you bring some water, some sunscreen, t-shirt and short weather for sure, sunglasses, a hat, and also a chair as well, and some comfy shoes and earplugs as well. So those are the things you all need to bring for the air show for that weather edition of our checklist. And for that 7-day forecast, let's look at it once again. Friday is going to be a high of 80, 20% chance of rain for this morning with some clouds. And Saturday and Sunday looking good for our air show, Kyle. Temperatures are going to be in the mid 80s with that slight chance of rain on Sunday. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Peyton. Well, the home of the Sound of Speed Air Show has a very memorable past. News Press Now's Leah Rainwater took a look at the interesting history behind Rosecrans Memorial Airport.
There's a lot of history that contributes to the Rosecrans Memorial Airport that we know today. I spoke to a few city officials who clued me into the history about the airport. The rushing sound of aircraft has been a familiar sound at the Rosecrans Memorial Airport for over 100 years.
Rosecrans Memorial Airport actually came into being in May of 1923.
And it's withstood 3 different locations.
First one was Rosecrans Field, which is over by Lake Contrary. This one was back in the 20s before there were runways and stuff, so it was really just a field, literally Rosecrans Field.
They moved to the French Bottoms area. Basically, from what I can tell, it's a little different because the maps have changed, but basically they set up just a little south of where we're at in here at the Remington Nature Center. But that proved to be very dangerous because planes were taking off into the bluffs, basically into Wyeth Hill.
The airport earned its namesake after Sergeant Guy Wallace Rosecrans after the 3rd location opened in 1939. A formal dedication would later follow in 1940.
He was helping a mechanic try to start a plane because something had gotten clogged. And of course at that time you had to start the plane by pushing on the propeller to get it going and doing things with the engine itself.
But Sergeant Rosecrans served an untimely death.
The propeller hit him in the head and killed him instantly.
The airport hasn't just survived through 3 locations, but more than 1 natural disaster as well.
During that flood of '52, it cut a new channel. And how the airport was connected by land to St. Joseph, it just cut it off.
The flood of 1952 became the reason why those traveling to Rosecrans have to cut through Kansas to reach the base. The flood of 1993 caused significant damage to the airport and aircraft entirely. But through it all, the airport and the 139th Airlift Wing still stand. And the airport is continuing to find ways to improve and make history. For example, the latest project is the new terminal building that's being built. Reporting for News Press Now, I'm Leah Rainwater.
Next on our Sound of Speed preview, Chris Fortune introduces us to some of the youngest flyers at Rosecrans. That plus your morning rush on the way. Welcome back. Kids had the opportunity to take to the skies at Rosecrans Memorial Airport thanks to the local Experimental Aircraft Association. News Press Now's Chris Fortune spoke to the kids about what they loved the most about the experience.
The local Experimental Aircraft Association, or EAA, started the Young Eagles program to introduce kids in the region to aviation. Members of the EAA volunteered their time to give kids a chance to fly.
All the pilots and people on the ground that you see here today are volunteers. There's no cost whatsoever for our Young Eagles that come through the program.
Kids were taken through inspections of the aircrafts before taking off. Then they got buckled in, and then it was time for takeoff. For some pilots, it's all about giving back to the community.
It was probably about 45 years ago that I was the kid riding on a plane. And ever since then, I've loved flying, I've loved flight.
The plane ride was a smooth experience for one girl who didn't realize the wheels left the ground during the takeoff.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't realize we were going off into the sky.
It was just that smooth?
Yeah.
She and her sister earned Young Eagle certificates. They were thankful to the pilot for flying them around and their father for bringing them.
I really appreciate him doing this because I thought it was going to be scary, but I found out that it was going to be really fun.
I'm really glad he took me out here because I really love airplanes and I really wanted to go on this for so long.
The Young Eagles program will take more kids to the sky next spring. You can find more information on their Facebook page, Young Eagle Flights EAA, Chapter 1479 Skyriders. Chris Fortune, News Press Now.
It's time for the Morning Rush,
where we take a look at your top air show headlines of the day. We're going to kick it off by sending it to our live reporter, Chris Fortune, one last time at Rosecrans Memorial Airport. Chris?
Well, you guessed it, Kyle. I'm still here at Rosecrans Memorial Airport where the Sound of Speed Air Show will take place. You see the Thunderbirds right behind me. They arrived yesterday, and I was speaking with airport manager Julius Rice. He said that there's plenty more activities that people can get into when they come to the Sound of Speed Air Show. They'll have a chance to meet 139th Airlift Wing members and other activities as well. So this will be the place to be Saturday and Sunday. Reporting for News Press now at Rosecrans Memorial Airport, I'm Chris Fortune. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Chris. Well, Tora is another big act people can look forward to. This is a World War II Pearl Harbor reenactment that will include explosions and high-intensity flying. Airshow Director Captain Jake King described the act as a living history lesson that will describe how the event changed the history of our county. And this act will, country, and this act will have 8 airplanes in the air at one time. The all-class Thunderbirds are the fan favorite headlining the show, and they will be flying in an F-16 Fighting Falcon. This jet can hit a top speed of 1,345 miles per hour and has a service ceiling of 55,000 feet, according to the Museum of Aviation. The show will include 6 aircrafts performing for 45 minutes to an hour long. And outside of the Thunderbirds and Tora, there is plenty to look forward to. Hot Streak 2 will perform with Hayden Proffitt driving the custom twin jet engine 57 Chevy pickup. Franklin's Flying Circus and Mr. Mulligan will be in the air as well, and the Shetterly Squadron will perform together and separate. Matt Yunkin will fly an aerobatic Twin Beach 18, and the Congressman Sam Graves will fly in the CAF's P-40 Warhawk. A run through the upgrade options in case you missed it. Parking upgrades will be available for $15 or $30, and there will be parking upgrades will get you close to the gates. Seating options will be available for purchase ahead of time as well. The $49 preferred seating option will allow families to leave their chairs at home and make seat reservations at the show. The $149 VIP viewing experience will include it all. Viewing experience from the flight line with tents and dining. And the Sound of Speed Air Show brings us a busy weekend, so here are the dates and times you need to know. The air show is free and open to the public. Events for the weekend include a kickoff party at Coleman Hawkins Park in downtown on Friday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. The air show starts at 11:45 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, with the gates opening at 10 a.m. and closing at 5 p.m. There's a 6 p.m. block party on Saturday following the show at Parkway Distillery. That was a look at your morning rush on this Friday morning. And now, Peyton, before we head out of here today, we got a busy weekend. It's looking great. What are you tracking?
Yeah, you know, I've been tracking that chance of showers all day or all morning long this morning. So that's still in the forecast for today on our Friday. But Saturday and Sunday are looking pretty good. It's going to be partly cloudy and humid for Saturday, 84 degrees. Sunday with a temperature of 85 degrees and some broken clouds and that 20% chance of showers, and that would be kind of for the morning and afternoon. 7-day forecast, let's take a look at it once again. Friday today is going to be a high at near 80 degrees, that 20% chance of showers. Temperatures for our overnight lows are going to be in the mid-60s, so a little bit warmer. And Saturday and Sunday, again, looking good. So we got some rain chances, but I think we're going to be pretty good, Kyle.
It's looking like it's going to be a great weekend, and it's going to be a good time at the air show. So St. Joseph, if you're looking to go, have a great time.